1 in 6 people in their lifetime will suffer with some form of hearing loss. John Clayton is the Chief Executive of HiKent, a registered charity that serves the estimated 260,000 people in Kent that are deaf or hard of hearing.
The name HiKent stands for hearing impaired, and we try to help as many of those people who need our help as we possibly can with the limited resources available.
John explains the impact that this invisible disability can have.
Social isolation, employment problems, difficulties in being served in shops, in public buildings, people being unaware of the difficulties that they face, not being able to hear the television, not being able to go out, feeling embarrassed by their lack of ability to hear.
There are many ways in which HiKent is able to help and provide support.
Jewel in the crown for HiKent is the network of hearing aid aftercare clinics that we've got all over the county. It means that people can get that very necessary help when they need it in their local communities without having to make complicated, costly and difficult journeys across the county to the nearest hospital audiology department, where they might have to pay to park and then wait to be seen.
And Lincoln is a volunteer coordinator and is today at an aftercare clinic at the Tunbridge Wells Gateway, one of more than 200 clinics across Kent.
I started off at HiKent as a volunteer myself at the hearing aid clinics, and then after that I became the volunteer coordinator. So I look after a range of hearing aid clinics in the west of Kent. We have about 40 clinics and about 40 volunteers in this area. We have similar clinics in the east of Kent and the north of Kent as well. Clients often will come in for new batteries for their hearing aid, but it's very important for us to carry out aftercare on the hearing aids. So we put in new tubes, we clean the hearing aids and keep them in a good state of repair.
It is another busy day for this clinic.
At this clinic here, this is our busiest clinic at the Tunbridge Wells Gateway. We would see anywhere between about 35 and 65 people. That's in 2 hours on one day a week. The service we provide we think is very useful because we're out in the community. So we're in villages and towns, places that people find quite easy to get to, village halls, libraries, doctor surgeries, etc.
But none of these services could be provided without the help of volunteers.
The volunteers are critical for our network of hearing aid clinics. They're staffed by volunteers, so without volunteers we couldn't run them. We do provide full training and we provide a toolkit for our volunteers. So typically a new volunteer will come and have a one-to-one session with me, and we'll go through what different kinds of hearing aids there are, how to retube, how to fix problems, and then the person would work alongside an experienced volunteer, and that's the way they will build up a lot of the skills in dealing with various issues that come up.
I didn't know what I'd do without them here. They're very good and they're so kind and helpful.
It's easy, they're always awfully nice and helpful.
A tiny little bit. Julie Hughes is a lip reading tutor and is today running a class at the Adult Education Centre in Dartford.
The lip reading class helps people focus on the face, not just the lips. Eyes are important for facial expression. It helps them realise which letters look the same. Like P and a B and an M, they sound different, but P, B, M all have the same lip shape. English language isn't entirely lip readable, only 30 to 40% of the language is lip readable. The rest of it you have to kind of pick up from the context and other clues like facial expression, body language, situation. It also helps improve communication tactics and builds confidence. People come to a class and everybody is in the same situation. This is one of about 29 classes across Kent, and lip reading is provided free in Kent.
The class not only teaches a valuable skill, but provides a great social environment to meet others in a similar position.
Well, actually I'm not as hard hearing as a lot of people on the course. I don't have a hearing aid, but I do suffer from tinnitus, like ringing in the ears, which I understand is probably going to lead to hearing loss. And I felt that it was useful to try and work out ways of dealing with, trying to read what people are saying while I still can hear a little bit, but also I thought it would help me to understand the difficulties that people that don't hear very well have.
In my daily life, it's helped me, in many situations. Outside, where there's lots of noise, where you can't pinpoint words properly.
Certainly enjoyed coming to the classes, and I find I was getting very frustrated before because although I wear hearing aids, I was still missing quite a lot of the conversation. As now I can look at people and try and fill in the gaps.
With 29 free lip reading classes, Kent, thanks to us, is the best served county for the whole of the UK for lip reading provision.
Excellent, it's been so enjoyable.
That's almost.
HiKent also provides specialist equipment to help around the home. Anne Wren is a senior assessment officer.
The main problems they have round the home are being aware of their doorbell, their smoke alarm, their telephone ringing, the volume of the television, keeping that to a reasonable level, communicating with friends and family. That's always a problem once they've got hearing aids. HiKent has a lot of equipment they can help out with. We have equipment that will help people hear the television. We have flashing light doorbells that they can take out to the garden. Alarm clocks that will wake them up in the morning, and these have a vibrating pad that goes under the pillow. Smoke alarms, and these will also have a vibrating pad that goes under the pillow, and they also have a flashing light that goes beside the bed. We have amplified telephones, and these are usually hearing aid compatible. Sometimes if they're a deaf carer of a cared for person who is very sick, we can provide a pager system. And this will cover the doorbell, the smoke alarm, the telephone, and a person-to-person call, so they can be alerted at night if their cared for person needs them. We are funded to provide assessment service. Some equipment is available to buy if somebody would prefer to do that, or they can come for an assessment, in which case we may be able to provide it on a long-term loan.
Like all charities, HiKent relies on a variety of sources for funding and the generous support of donors.
At present, about half of our annual income comes from local authority contracts. On top of that, we receive income from equipment sales and from the courses that we run, the British Sign Language courses that we run, the deaf awareness courses that we run, and from donations and our fundraising activities. Unlike many larger charities, we can't afford to employ full-time fundraisers. Every staff member has input into our fundraising effort. Over recent years, we've increased the effort that we put into our fundraising and seen our income rise, but it's never enough.
It's a never-ending battle to keep the money coming in to maintain their core activities and projects.
The biggest challenge is to continue to secure funding. And we need to make sure that we continue to attract the funding that we need to keep those services going.
The team work hard to find new sources of income. Liz Clayton is head of fundraising.
At HiKent, we work hard throughout the year, throughout the county, to raise the funds we need to underpin the services we provide for deaf and hard of hearing people throughout the county. We run fundraising quiz nights, which are very well supported. We have tribute nights, fundraising dinners, musical evenings. We're so grateful also to our young supporters who come up with the most marvellous ideas to do fundraising activities for us. Cycle rides, dragon boat races, 3 peak challenges, and we really do appreciate the amazing things that people do for us.
Students for the British Sign Language class have arrived for their Level 2 class with their tutor Marika and her hairless hearing dog Amos.
My name's Fiona. This is now my second year of BSL, Level 2. I hope to go on to Level 3 next year. I'm deaf and 2 members of my family are deaf. It is difficult, it isn't an easy subject to learn, but you've got to enjoy it, and it also helps with the people around you enjoying it, and you end up working as a team rather than on your own. Everyone helps you.
Hi, my name is Isabella. I work with deaf people since 2009 and I came to this course because I would like to communicate with them better.
My name is Amy. I want to learn sign language because I wish to work with deaf children when I'm older, after college.
The council offered the level 1 course in this area, and if it wasn't for HiKent there wouldn't be a level 2 available in the Maidstone area. Yeah. They're very supportive. They keep you up to date with information very well, and yeah, they're always giving you calls to see how the course is going.
HiKent enable us to learn, and like Mark said, there was nowhere else to go for BSL level 2.
It's great that HiKent have got the course going in Maidstone, but we have a teacher who's deaf who drives all the way from Essex to be here, and so her dedication is absolutely amazing.
John is very clear on how HiKent is making a difference in the Kent community.
Recently I was giving a talk on HiKent to a local community group, and I started with how many of you here have had help from HiKent, and 3 or 4 hands immediately went up, and the answers that came from those people were things like, yes, my mum is now able to hear the telephone. My mum has gained the confidence from going to your lip reading class, and for the first time in 5 years she's felt confident enough to go to the hairdressers. That her husband was now happy to be left because he knew he could hear the doorbell. People who are now confident enough to go back to take part in meetings because they've got one of our personal listeners. So it's the difference that either attending our lip reading class or the equipment that we provided has made to those people in their daily lives, and that's what we're all about.